Okay, perfect. Let's take a coffee break then. And we start with a major platform moving away from anonymous reviews.
Yeah, I love this story. So the restaurant booking app OpenTable, have you guys used it before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they will now include people's names and pictures on the reviews they leave. I love this because there's too many Karens out there who like to complain or trolls out there that like to complain without showing their face. So the site has let people review restaurants anonymously for years, and it's planned to add names and pictures to those old reviews too. Until users complain that was a breach of privacy. OpenTable hopes this policy increases transparency since people are more likely to leave nasty reviews without cause when their name is not attached to the message. And I know there's so many people out there that do that, but it also bothers me when people leave a bad review, but they only leave bad reviews.
Right, and you can always see that if you go to their little profiles, you can see if they're just haters. And these businesses do depend so much on these reviews, and if someone has a vendetta or something, it can really translate into a lot of trouble for the business.
And it's not going to be, some weird, name, 62943.
Right.
It's actually your name because that's the name you made the reservation with. So you're not going to be able to hide behind some fake name, or at least.
But I will play devil's advocate here because I've covered stories where businesses have tried to sue people who leave negative reviews. And anybody can sue anyone, right? Even if it's not a legitimate claim, even if you are accurate in your review, you still have to pay money to go to court. So a lot of people will remove the reviews when they get those letters.
True.
And then, of course, that stifles free speech, right? So then only the good reviews are left up. But sorry, not to be a fly in the ointment.
No, that's a good point.
I understand that. I just think, if you're going to complain, show your face.
Yeah. All right. Well, there are a lot of everyday stressors in our lives, like traffic or trying to make a deadline, but one in particular takes the cake for most people. A new survey of 2,000 people, in that survey, most said that the morning rush inside the house stresses them out the most, and that typically happens around 8:15 a.m. That time usually involves getting the kids ready for school, looking for lost house keys, figuring out what to wear for the day ahead. Parents who chimed in said the unpredictability of their kids' emotions make the daily stressor much worse, and that any one mishap can make them run 20 minutes late. And I'm no longer there for the morning rush because I'm here, and let me say, I don't miss it one bit. There would be days that, like, the way a sock felt on someone's foot could cause the entire morning to turn upside down. You're late to work, they're late to school. I turn into like the Exorcist with my head spinning around. So I completely relate to that. And I think even if you don't have kids, with LA traffic, if you leave 1 or 2 minutes late, that can translate to like 10 or 20 minutes on the road with the traffic flow.
And I can see why it's right before you leave the house, because that's when all those last minute extra things, I forgot this, I forgot that. Whereas if you just get in the car and go and then try to figure it out while you're there at work or something, wherever you need to go, can be
one of the benefits we have of waking up early. No traffic.
8:15, we call that mid-shift.
Yeah, right. We're like, our day is almost over.
But my advice to new parents is always get as much as you can done the night before, which I still do, so that you have less to worry about in the morning. Because I will tell you, there will always be that one kid who doesn't want to wear the clothes or doesn't want to wear the shoes, and it completely throws you.
You know what would help? A second version of all of us. Have you ever wanted a second version of you to help conquer everything you need to get done? Well, AI, oddly, is trying to make that possible. A company called Delphi now offers people the option to make a digital clone of themselves. Well, anyone can pay for this. I'm told it's easiest for public figures to use since the platform uses data from podcasts, videos, and other content to mimic that person's thoughts and speech. Holistic health expert Deepak Chopra is experimenting with the technology and having his clone fill in for him on Zoom calls.
Oh, that's nice.
The company does require a valid ID to make a clone, so you can't clone a clone, so people can't create an avatar for someone else. That's just weird and awesome at the same time.
I agree.
I mean, it's kind of freaky.
I want an assistant just to do all the work, but if it's only digital, then I don't know.
But it's also the way they make the clone, right? Because they compile all of your, that means like all of your information is out there, your thought process.
It's freaky to think like down the road when we all pass and then people have all this digital information, they can like make us alive again.
Well, that's the fear that SAG-AFTRA has, which is
why.
But I mean, here's the thing. So what if your clone says something really bad? I mean, are you on the hook for that? Because like with us, if we say something in public, we can get fired over that. So if my clone like goes on some sort of political rant, do I get fired?
Or if you go on a rant, you just say, my clone
did it. It was my clone.
See?
So many questions. All right, well, a classic exercise from school and childhood retreats may be the key to managing anger as an adult. New research from a Japanese university found that the best way to get rid of negative feelings is to write them down on paper and then destroy it. You can shred it, you can throw it in the fire, whatever your style is. All of those methods do the trick. Researchers say the reason why this works is because we tend to tie our emotions to a physical object. So in this case, it's paper, and that throwing that away stimulates getting rid of those feelings inside of us too. I think there is something to that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Or in today's day and age, notes. Write in your notes on your phone and then
Having
delete.
a journal.
Yeah.
Having a journal. Just hopefully no one finds
I tell
it.
my kids to write it down when they're upset, and sometimes they'll give me the note.
Do you ever go back and read it?
I save them because even when they're mad at me, it's very sweet. But there is something to be said about writing it down. It calms you down. It gets you to just be in the moment.
And the act of throwing it away, I think, is the major shift.
Get rid of it. You don't need
like
it.
it. Positive energy all around. All right, well, that's today's coffee break, everyone.
CBS News Los Angeles, your local news, streaming wherever, whenever.